Man, Yuta finally came back from Africa. Hey Yuta, where you been all this time, bro? We needed you in Shibuya, we damn near lost half the cast. Gojo is sealed, your girl Maki got cooked, and Inomaki got the Shanks treatment. I'm so hyped for the final episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Last episode Yuki pulled up, who's one of the 4 special grade sorcerers. This episode is gonna be straight hype.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, bro.
Suguru yaps a lot. Geto strikes again. From now on, anytime I see this guy on my screen, I already know we're about to get a 10-minute lore update. I went and cross-referenced the manga for this scene, and it was really out here looking like Togashi's Hunter x Hunter. Jokes aside though, I know that the animators are tired, and this episode was more of a, a setup for what's to come in season 3. As it low-key seems like JJK is setting up for some type of civil war, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. The episode starts off with Yuki and Geto yapping about the time Yuki instigated Geto into committing massacre Bluey by planting a seed in his head about how to get rid of the cursed spirits. Yuki and Geto are 2 sides of the same coin when it comes to their ideas on how to deal with cursed spirits. Curses are born from humans, so Yuki wants to somehow detach humans from all their cursed energy to prevent curses from being born, whereas Geto Brain wants all humans to become optimized, essentially learning how to control their cursed energy, which would also prevent curses from being born. Geto proceeds and says that Yuki's plan for humans to detach themselves from cursed energy wouldn't work because, as we saw with Toji and even Maki in some regard, those with little to no cursed energy can just create heavenly restrictions which, just make them just as powerful as people with cursed energy. Yuki claps back and says that the rest of the world doesn't have nearly as many sorcerers as Japan. Japan would have a military monopoly on cursed energy, basically making them a global superpower. And if there's one thing I learned in history, is that if one country becomes too strong, it shatters the balance of the world and potentially causes like a World War III. Geto laughs at Yuki's counter and basically says that he doesn't care about any of that. He then goes on and says that all he wants to do is create a chaos in the world that even he can't control. So in other words, Geto Brain is bored and he's trying to see a war between humans, cursed spirits and sorcerers. I don't know if it's 1-to-1, but I kinda see a little bit of Aizen in Geto Brain. There are definitely, a couple similarities that we can draw on. Geto uses Mahito's idol transfiguration that he stole when he deep-throated him. Pause. That was crazy. And activate some type of barrier. Geto Brain thanks Yuji for allowing Mahito to reach his true potential, because once he steals someone's ability, the inherent curse technique is no longer able to become stronger. He also says that he actually wanted to swallow Jogo instead. Yuki asks him what he did and Geto Brain goes on to give a vague explanation about the different types of non-sorcerers that have become sorcerers. We have cases like Yuji that didn't gain any innate curse technique but did gain additional strength, and then we have people like Junpei who gained like a new innate curse technique. And amongst the people that Geto Brain awakened is Megami's sister. Geto Brain plans to have all newly awakened sorcerers fight and kill each other so that they grow stronger. Bro, this nigga Kusakabe is so real. He must have realized he ain't getting paid enough to fight all these Hall of Fame villains. Fam, Geto Brain literally proceeds to say, "I haven't finished speaking yet." This just confirms that even he knows he's yapping way too much. He proceeds to explain that the sorcerers he made contact with over 1,000 years ago could possibly be reincarnated into new bodies of the sorcerers that he's more up today. This also confirms that Geto Brain has been alive for more than 1,000 years. He releases a bunch of cursed spirits into Japan and then abandons his sons yet again without paying a dime of child support, and that brings the end to the Shibuya incident. We end up getting a number of scenes showing us the effects of the Shibuya incident on the rest of Japan, and it seems like the Japanese economy has taken a massive hit. Now that cursed spirits can be seen by almost everyone, the people of Japan can't quite comprehend what's happening and have started to just cast it off as a movie or propaganda by the government. We cut over to this little girl who's about to get baited by a cursed spirit, but just before she's about to get eviscerated, the light-skinned colonel, the fufu warrior, the Jollof General Yuta pulls up after a lifelong trip to Africa and one-shots the cursed spirit, allowing Rika to finish it off. Rika left that cursed spirit looking like Hanami after she tried to fight Gojo. For those of you that don't know, Gege actually wanted Yuta to be the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. Back when Yuji died in season 1, he was supposed to stay dead and Yuta was gonna come in and be the protagonist before Gege changed his mind. Yuta seems to be in some kind of meeting with the JJK higher-ups, and we get to see that it turns out that Inumaki got his arm cut off when Sukuna uses the main expansion. Bro really got caught in the crossfire. Yuta says that he will kill Yuji Itadori himself, and for those of you that haven't watched JJK 0, go and watch it now. Yuta is easily one of the strongest characters in JJK, so I'll be intrigued to see how this is gonna go. We get a notice update on what the JJK higher-ups have decided, and these guys are corrupt as hell. They confirmed Geto is alive and gave him the death sentence. They named Gojo as an accomplice in the Shibuya incident, and unsealing him would be a criminal offense. The head of Jujutsu High was also named as an accomplice and given the death sentence, and Yuji's execution has now been resumed and Yuta will be the executioner. It's crazy to think that all this happened because Gojo got sealed. He was single-handedly keeping the higher-ups in check, and the moment they found out that he slipped up, they took this opportunity with both hands and got rid of all of their ups. I think Gege makes it very clear that there's a lot of corruption in the Jujutsu Kaisen world, with characters like Mei Mei, the Zenin clan, and how they treated people like Toji and Maki for having no cursed energy. We even see in season 1 that Gojo was the only reason that Yuji didn't get executed, and earlier in season 2 they even said that Gojo's birth alone shifted the entire balance of the universe or something like that. So you already know that this guy, like, everything was centered around him. He kept everyone in check, and now that he's gone, like, the balance is completely ruined. I mean, damn. The episode definitely wasn't as action-packed as all the other episodes, but it's just the perfect setup for season 3 that has already been announced, by the way. They're not letting these MAPPA animators rest for 1 minute. Free up the homies over at MAPPA, man. I cannot be more grateful to JJK. It's done so much for, well, my channel and even allowing me to reach 1k subscribers. I know the word masterpiece gets thrown around loosey-goosey, like anyone just be using that word these days. They're calling anything a masterpiece. But Jujutsu Kaisen is genuinely a masterpiece, a modern day masterpiece. It's one of the best action shonen out. I think it might be the best action shonen of all time, and that's not even an exaggeration. I'm going to be making a big 1-hour video compilation of all the stuff that happened in Shibuya, so look out for that. If you enjoyed the video, please watch another one of my videos right here, and maybe drop a sub and, you know, join the community. Peace.